I am Savvy Mike, and this is Savvy Reviews. And well, this is my newest movie review of the newest movie not to come out in theaters, but on streaming. Don't you worry, a Sin Help review is coming very soon, like 24 hours, maybe. So don't you worry, you hold your horses. But when I didn't get a chance to see Sin Help tonight, I did watch The Wrecking Crew, starring Batista and Jason Momoa, and also the chick from Deadpool's girlfriend. She's in this. Shout out to her. I don't really know her name. I think it's Melissa something or Marissa. I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry if I got that completely wrong, but she's awesome. She's even good in this. Like, she pops up for a minute and you're just like, why did they get her if she was just here to leave? And then she comes back and you're like, okay, at least she had more to do. So shout out to her. Shout out to Jacob Balton. He's in this movie as well. And this movie is directed by Angel Manuel Soto and written by Jonathan Trooper. And it's basically the story of an army vet, or not an army vet, he's in the army actually, a Navy guy played by Batista, and Jason Momoa himself, he's a cop, but he's a cop in Kentucky while Dave Bautista's in Hawaii. And so they both have a father. His name is Walter. He's a PI, and he ends up unfortunately passing away. And so Jason Momoa gets the call about that. He says he really doesn't give up, and he's probably not pulling up. But then trouble comes to his doorstep, having to deal with his dad's passing, and he has to go to Hawaii with his brother to figure out what's going on. Granted, he hasn't seen his brother in years. They don't talk. They're very estranged from one another because they're not really full brothers. You know, he's a half brother, so, you know, I guess they have the same dad but not the same mom. Really interesting dynamics here. And if I could be honest with you, start with the good and then give you the bad. This movie's really enjoyable. I wouldn't say really enjoyable. That's a stretch. It's enjoyable though. It's not a bad watch at all. Like, I had a good time watching it. I had a lot of fun watching Jason Momoa and Batista on the screen together. Their chemistry worked great. For what Batista had to do, he killed it. He is basically hulking figure type character who can't be stopped. And then it's like Superman basically, and Jason Momoa in his own right, he kicks ass too. So both of these dynamics really worked for me, at least. I think they had amazing chemistry, so they carried the movie with their chemistry, with both of them being on screen. Made it a fun time to watch. Both of them showed up for this generic action movie, and I'm not mad at it. And at the end of the day, the action in this film was filmed great. I'm not gonna lie, it was some good action in this. It was very intense. Honestly, I forgot the movie was rated R for a moment, and then like gruesome type violence started happening. I'm like, oh, this is fun. This is fun to watch. Like, I wasn't mad at it at all. Now, to get into the bad of it though, this is very generic, very predictable. Like, I called it in the beginning. Like, the very beginning, I called it. There's a name pops up on screen, and I didn't even mention, but a name pops up on screen there in this movie, and you go, oh, it's them. And then you're just waiting to be proven right, and then you're proven right, because this movie is very predictable with its beats. You know, your typical action movie, but I will say it's a little bit too long. Like, 15 minutes could have been shaved. This did not need to be 2 hours. It didn't. It didn't. Like, I like what they were doing with the culture of Hawaii, showing us everything that they were showing us and what goes on in the gutter and the trenches of Hawaii and whatnot. That was cool and everything, but you could have shaved 15 minutes off this. You could have found a way. You could have. Because 2 hours was just, it felt overly long at a moment. It was like, okay, let's get to it, because there's nothing special here. While it's fun watching the action, fun watching Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista, it's all the same. There's nothing different happening on screen. So either way, you was just ready. The pacing could have been a lot better, if you ask me, in my opinion. And then on top of that, this is very over the top. Like, this is a Fast and Furious movie in disguise. Like, I feel like The Rock was supposed to play Bautista's role, but The Rock was like, oh, I can't get jacked for a role like that because I'm doing The Smashing Machine for Benny Safdie, or I got this other movie with the Safdie brother coming out. I can't be action guy right now. So they called the next best wrestler Batista. Well, not the next. Look, if you ask me, John Cena is the second best acting wrestler, but John Cena wouldn't have fit in this movie because he's white. So Batista was the guy you go get. And not mad at it at all, but you could clearly tell there's a lot of wrestling jokes in this one too. Like they refer to John Cena and The Rock, and it's just like, wow, this is really meta, because the same guy who had he never had a rivalry with The Rock, I don't believe, but the same guy who had a huge rivalry with John Cena is in this movie. So I guess that's a meta point or two. Who knows? But then, like I said, very over the top. Like, there's this one action scene on an highway, and I swear to God, over 300 people, and not a word was said about it. I was like, I mean, cool to watch, fun to look at it, but are we just gonna act like this helicopter did come through and shoot every car behind them and continue to wreck shop for at least 5 miles? Oh, that just didn't happen. Okay, like I said, it was a fun action scene, but very over the top. And that's a lot of the action in this movie. And while it could be fun to look at, it could be like fun to watch it. At some point, you're just like, all right, y'all are going wild. I get they want this flash drive for various reasons, but calm down. Okay, so we're good. But either way, I like The Wrecking Crew. Fun watch. Had a good time. Was entertained thoroughly. While it is generic, very over the top, very predictable. It's your common action movie. Should not have been 2 hours long. I had a fun time watching Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista on screen. The story was cool enough for me to want to pay attention to. I like the heart in it. I like seeing the culture of Hawaii. That's cool. Look, I had a fun time with that. Like, just take 10 minutes off. We're good. We are. Look, it's a solid 3 out of 5. I'm still gonna give it a 3 out of 5, Sav. So officially a fire. But at the same time, I need Amazon to pay attention. Like, I get Chris Pratt is a big star, so why wouldn't you put his movie in theaters over this one? But I would have much rather watched The Wrecking Crew last week in the theater than Mercy. Like, that just who made the decision to go, yeah, let's put the movie where the guy is sitting in a chair for an hour and a half in the theaters over the one that has some actual scope to it, at least. I don't know. I ain't Jeff Bezos. I ain't got his money. But it's just weird decisions being made over there at Amazon, in my opinion. But regardless of it, really enjoyable. Had a fun time with it. I'm grading everything on a RIP scale this year. Like, every action movie I see, it gets graded on a RIP scale. So the RIP scale is a 3 out of 5. Thoroughly enjoyable. Has its issues and problems. Is predictable and generic in a lot of ways, but still a fun time. The Wrecking Crew just falls right there. It's that same thing. Same thing with this one. I think you'll enjoy yourself. While I like the twisted turns a little bit more in the RIP, these were very generic and eye-rolling and predictable. But hey, fun time. You know, low tier 3 out of 5, but a 3 out of 5 nonetheless. One more over-the-top action scene where 1 million people, then it probably would have got a 2. It probably got a mid there. But the fact that it didn't, and it just didn't want to, went crazy. Like, that's where, I mean, no, they had a lot of money for this movie. I'm not even going to say it was all spent on that highway scene. Honestly, they had a lot of money for this movie. So there was a lot of big action set pieces in this one. So it's just, yeah, very over the top. Either way, let me know what you think in the comments below. Did you enjoy it? Did you like this? What were your criticisms of it? What did you love about it? Let me know. As always, Savvy Mike in this Savvy Reviews. Peace.